I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some dip nails. We're going to be using Referral nail flirter. I will be using Referral dip liquids, but I probably is going to use the gel top coat instead of the top coat because it be tripping. Sometimes it's a hit and miss with me and dip top coat. So I'm about ready to put on my tips. So we just gonna go in. We just gonna go in and dip. We just gonna go in and dip. I gotta be careful because I'm putting too much liquid around the edges. Okay, I'm probably gonna do a voiceover because I'm watching X-Men right now. It's watching some of the old episodes before the new one come out. X-Men is by far my favorite cartoon of all times. Favorite mutant, Storm #1. Rogue #2. All right, so now we're gonna go in voiceover mode right about now. Or I just play some music and you can listen to that while I'm dipping.
Almost felt like old Bug-Eye knew what he was doing. Come in, Storm. Where are you? Get back here immediately.
Okay, so for those of you who are new to dip, I am pretty much applying that dip liquid. If you notice, I kind of start towards the middle of the nail and working my way backwards, so I'm not flooding my cuticles, and I'm just making sure that this liquid is as even as possible before dipping my nails in a 45-degree angle into the liquid to make sure I get a nice even application. And so I'm just going to repeat that same step to all of the rest of the nails. Now it is essential to have a dust brush because before going in with that second layer, you want to wipe off any excess powder off of the nail. So now I'm going in with that second layer, and I did keep this video in real time so you can have an understanding of my process when dipping. Now I pulled out that lint-free wipe to wipe off the brush before putting it back in the bottle to avoid contamination, and I totally forgot, left it right on there, barely used it. And I have to remind myself to do that because the last thing you want to do is contaminate your dip liquids and get all gooey and sticky and it's no longer usable. And I'm used to working with my double dipped custom dip powder liquids, which is very hard to contaminate, and I absolutely love that brand. But not all dip liquids are equal, and so I have to remind myself to do that, and that is the step that I want to remind my subscribers to do after you have used your brush. Please wipe it off on a lint-free wipe before putting it back in the bottle to avoid contaminating your liquids. Don't be like me, okay? Don't be like me. This is me like, well, get over here so I can remember to wipe you off. That's what I was telling myself. So here I'm just making sure that the dip liquid has completely soaked up that dip powder, and I noticed on my middle finger it still has some wet spots, and so that is why I went in to repeat the dip on that finger. While doing my thumb, I made a mistake and hit my pointer finger, and I try to pat it and fix it, but I'm gonna fix it in post when I do my filing and shaping. One of the good things I got from my nail sister Biscuit is everything can be fixed during the filing. And so I take that to heart. I don't focus or stress out so much on my application and perfecting my application, because I'm like, I'm gonna fix it during the filing process. So originally I was going to go in with Referral Vivian Clear to clear cap my nails, but then I realized this is a glittery fakey color, and I don't want to contaminate this clear because I already have a clear designated for glitters and flakies. And so I'm going to go in and use that instead. Now, in the event that you only have one clear, when working with glitter or flakies, you want to do a pour over method. That way that you're not contaminating your clear. But because I already have one dedicated for glitter and flakes and stuff that flies all over the place and can get in stuff, I'm going to use that instead. And if you notice on some of the fingers, I still have wet spots. And so I'm just going in to do a second dip to make sure that that liquid is absorbing that dip powder. So once I am completely done, before going into file and buff, I'm going to use a hard bristle brush to get any of that excess clear powder that may be stuck in around that cuticle area that the fluffy brush is not getting. Now I'm going to go in with step number 2, which is the activator, and I'm going to activate these nails. Now I am applying a generous amount of activator on these nails to make sure it is penetrating those 3 layers of the dip powder that I put on. I will let this sit for about 2 to 3 minutes before going in to do my filing and shaping. So once you hear that sign, that lets you know that the nail is completely dry. So I'm going in with this 80/80 file, and I realized, girl, why are you filing with this? And I changed it to my 180 to 100 grit file. You do not need an 80/80 file to file dip powder. It's too rough for me. And so I am going in with my 100/180 grit file to do my filing and shaping, which I usually do off camera, but I figured let me include it because some people might not know or want to see how I file my dip powder. So if that's you, enjoy. So the thumb is the only nail that I caught the full process of. All the rest of them, I kept getting off the screen. And I don't understand why, because my nail dust collect is in the middle. So why I keep it on ending up over there on the side? I don't know, but it kept happening. And then while filing my nail, I nicked myself, which made me realize I forgot to season my file before using it. You want to remember to season your file, especially when they're new, because if you don't, you're going to cut yourself and it's going to hurt and you're going to be real mad like I was. So again, don't do what I do. Season your file. I totally forgot when I pulled this file out. So if you are new to dip, in order to activate or get that dip top base to dry, you're going to need to reactivate your nail. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm going in to put activator on my nails before applying that top coat. So when it comes to using dip powder top coat, you do need 2 layers of the top coat. For the very first layer, I simply do 3 quick swipes, and the purpose of that is because that activator dries the top coat. And so if you take your polar time to apply that top coat, your brush gonna get stuck to your nails. And so for that first layer, keep it nice and sweet. 2 to 3 swipes, and on that second layer, that is when you can go ahead and get around that cuticle area and seal that free edge. But for that first go round, 3 quick swipes, and that's it. So once that dip top coat starts to dry, you want to go in and apply that second layer. And you will notice when it starts to dry, because it starts to form a matte look and it won't be shiny no more. See, by the end, I got consistent with wiping off my brush. So one thing I do like about Referral is that they include this dip gel thinner. And after I am done with my liquids, I do go in and apply 4 to 5 drops of this thinner, and that helps to prevent your liquids from getting thick and gooey and contaminated. That is the only brand that I've used that has included something like that to help with your dips not being contaminated and ruined. And so I do like that about them. And I also go in with the lint-free wipe and some acetone to wipe off the rim of the bottle so my liquids don't get closed shut. That has happened to me as well.
This is the finished results. So on this hand I have dip base, and on this hand I have gel. So I don't know if you can tell the difference. You can a little bit, but these are what the nails are looking like. I absolutely love them. If you've made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. I truly appreciate it. Until the next time, bye bye.
What a wonderful world.